Montane are at their best when they're making super light, super specialist products, and the Alpine 850 Nano represents that philosophy pretty much perfectly. It features a premium 850 fill down, which is bonded with, wait for it, gold particles. More on that later. It also features synthetic Primaloft Gold in high moisture areas, but there's no gold in that. Anyway, at 220 grams, I think we can all agree that it categorizes itself as ridiculously light. Now, before we go too much further, it's worth clarifying what you would want to use this jacket for. And the Alpine 850 Nano excels in two particular areas: weight, or a lack of, and packability. Now, if those are your priorities, continue watching. If they're not, it's potentially worth looking at the antifreeze that I reviewed last year, because that comes at a much more competitive price point and is still comparatively light. That, in a way, is the jacket that 99% of people need. But where the Alpine 850 Nano comes in is for the specialists out there who need something that little bit extra. I've actually been surprised by how much I have used this jacket, and a major part of that is its weight. Coming in at 220 grams, it's just an easy thing to pack on a spring, summer or autumn's day where you think, it could be cold, I might need a jacket. And why wouldn't you pack it when it weighs so little? This is something that you could use hill walking, scrambling, climbing or mountaineering. And when you're doing each of these, there are two differing ways you could use it. You could use it as an outer layer to give you additional warmth while stationary, or you could use it as a more active insulation piece, something that you'd wear as a part of a layering system on a cold winter's day. Super light down jackets such as this are best not thought of as just outer layers. They could just be considered really technical thermal jumpers. Now, when it comes to warmth, it's worth contextualizing what 60 grams of down, even 850 fill power down, will do as far as warmth is concerned. On a really cold day, this is not a big, beefy winter jacket. This is something that is probably best suited towards those spring, summer and autumn months, unless you are wearing it as a layering piece. The jacket is extremely thermally efficient, and a major part of this is down to its fit. It is a very trim fitted jacket, and as a result of this, you're not leaking heat out of key areas. It keeps all of that warmth stored close to your body where it will keep you warm. It's also got an extremely active cut, so when you are climbing and mountaineering and have your arms above your head, it's not going to raise up, which is really important whilst you're wearing a harness. The hood also has a snug fit and is designed to be worn underneath the helmet, which is logical for a jacket of this size and weight. This again keeps your head significantly warmer than an over helmet hood, which are relatively inefficient in comparison. So when it comes to the down, we mentioned within the introduction that it is bonded with gold particles. Now, what does that mean? It's another method of making the down hydrophobic and water repellent. It's an inert and chemical-free process and is in theory a lot longer lasting. Now, in yesteryear, I would always try to avoid using down products in wet winter environments, because when they did get wet, they stopped doing what you need them to do, and that is keeping you warm. But as these technologies have improved, things have changed, and you do notice within the Alpine 850 Nano the down absorbing significantly less water, be that whilst it's raining, or if you've got a high energy output and getting sweat through it. Because it's longer lasting, you won't need to wash and proof this as much as you might have another down jacket without that technology. In high moisture areas, Montane have favoured using Primaloft Gold, namely underneath your armpits and around your face where you're breathing. Montane have also used a high percentage of recycled materials within this jacket, with both the outer and the inner featuring 100% recycled materials, and Primaloft Gold also being 100% recycled. There can't be many, perhaps any jackets as light and as warm as the Alpine 850 Nano. It is undoubtedly a specialist jacket, and if you are looking for something that is both light and packable, this is definitely a very strong contender. It does come at a price, and at £300, it is definitely a premium product. But as we said earlier, there are many alternatives available if you're looking to spend that little bit less, like the anti-freeze jacket we reviewed last year. I've been surprised by how much I've used the Alpine 850 Nano and how versatile it's been as well. I think the fact that it's so light and so packable just means there's no excuse not to pack it. And when you do, you infrequently regret it.